if I can call you that, joins
You
us
may.
now. Oh, thank you, sir, with more on that. What did you think about that emotional testimony today?
Well, here's what struck me about today, and I saw it when I was in court last week when we saw that video for the first time. First of all, we saw that Kim Potter was gun ready for a long while before she shot Daunte Wright. Her right hand was on the gun long before Daunte even tried to get away in the car. Secondly, her situational awareness was lacking. It's a struggle to believe that the right thing to do here was just to let him go. He hadn't committed any crime worse than having an air freshener hanging from his car, not having a registration, not anything that would have been harmful to any citizens or to the police officers themselves. The only harm occurred is when they tried to stop him from leaving, where they should have just let him go. They had him identified. As far as her testimony, look, I saw the emotion, but I can't say that it was real. I saw her crying, but I did not see tears. I was taking notes during her testimony today, and I wrote down no remorse. Eventually, she did show some remorse. She said, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to kill him." But that was as a result of her lack of training from Brooklyn Center and the situational awareness that she did not have.
She's charged with manslaughter, and the trial basically is to get the facts out there so the jury can look at it and, based on the facts, tell them if she's guilty or not. However, the facts are already there. It's already been established. So what are you trying to establish here? What are they trying to say? Criminal intent? And has it been verified through this testimony today?
Well, I actually think that she did not do herself any favors with her testimony today. They don't have to show that she intended to kill him before she actually shot him. That's not, I don't think that's an issue here. I think we all know that Kimberly Potter did not intend to kill Daunte Wright prior to the traffic stop.
Now,
well, I'm sorry, Micah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
What they do have to prove is that she was either criminally reckless or criminally negligent. And I don't think she did herself any favors at all today. You didn't hear a good explanation as to why she pulled the gun instead of the taser. She said, "I'm sorry." Okay, but why did she pull the gun instead of the taser? There was no reasonable, fine explanation given other than what? She was confused, and that's a result of lack of training, in my opinion, and that's recklessness at worst and negligence at best.
The prosecution even said something about she didn't perform the hand draws that she's supposed to perform with the taser to reduce the possibility of drawing and firing a firearm. What do Daunte Wright's family, what do they think about today's testimony and the trial so far?
Well, I know that, they've been there obviously every day, and they have testified. Katie has testified, Arbery has testified, and they want justice. They want to see Kimberly Potter convicted, and they don't want just a lesser charge. They want all charges here, because clearly their son's life was taken so needlessly. If you want one other takeaway from the testimony today, which really is, I think, exemplifies it all, she said that she never would have pulled Daunte Wright over had it not been that she was training another officer. This just goes to exemplify and put an exclamation point on the needlessness of this boy's death. It never should have happened. Seriously, he was pulled over because she wanted to give practice and training, community service to a police officer, because some boy had an air freshener hanging from his rear view mirror.
He also had, I think, some expired tags, and then they found out later that there was a warrant for a restraining order. But let me ask you this, too. In your gut, closing arguments start Monday. In your gut, how do you think this is going to turn out?
I think this is going to turn out in favor of the prosecution. In the end, if the jury is able to clear out all the noise, and I know what the jury instructions are going to look like because I listened to the jury instruction conference also. If the jury follows the law here, they will find the lanes in which to convict. So my gut tells me there's going to be a conviction here.
Tony Romanucci, always great to talk to you. Be safe, be well.
Same to you, Micah. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
You too.